Good morning.
Morning. Sebastian and Ryan are discussing something. So we'll give them a couple of minutes. How's everybody doing today?
Very good.
Good. Did you get one of these?
There's the Roman, yeah. Ooh. No, I'm just kidding. Not too bad.
Hey Rebecca, while we're waiting for them, will you bring up the stand-up list? There's a couple of questions I wanted to maybe ask you about while we're waiting for them. So on the batch static book block, can you open that one? It's 11181, I think. So you'd added that and it's on hold. And I'm trying to see, is this still relevant? Do we want to keep it here? Like why did we have it on hold?
Let me check the tickets, but I'm wondering if this is the one that Tara was like, don't do this. So let me look.
I mean, I'm just like, if we're not really going to come back to it, let's just delete it. And then if it comes up again, then we'll add it. Because I think it's been in here for a while and we hadn't heard much. But I don't know. I was, kind of reading through it and I was like, I don't know. Page type, or we can, if we don't know, we can ask Ryan and Sebastian and see if they remember either. What about the next one?
Yeah. This is the one where Tara responded and she was like, Mike and I were both unaware of almost all the issues mentioned and we are gathering more information. Don't make any changes.
Okay,
so I'll just delete this.
Just delete it. I will wait for them to bring it back up.
Yeah.
And then what about this one? What's this one? We currently... Envelopes only.
Okay, look over. I wish I had, linked the story, or not the story, linked the ticket.
Oh, the ticket, yeah.
Like I normally do.
Just seems like these are probably
Let's
getting
see.
pretty old and we're not, and so.
Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Looks like Ryan responded on the ticket.
Let's put the link into the ticket then at least,
Yeah.
and we'll ask him about it.
Yeah. And he might just say, oh yeah, no, this doesn't need a story, like
Yeah,
fingers
maybe.
crossed is what it is. Yeah, and I'll just keep the ticket open on my other screen so that just pull it up over there.
Yeah.
Looks like they're gonna jump on now.
No, I'm sure they're just wrapping something up, but. And what about this top one? Remove ribbon color and spine size from billing.
This is you, Scotty. Or Chuck. Dang.
This is me?
Well,
Well,
it looks like
you
you
put it
added
in.
it, but. Oh, Chuck just added something on just recently, I guess.
Do it? Or
I just was wondering if this is still relevant. It's like the
Yeah.
oldest thing on the.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think she emailed about it not too long ago.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go into stand up and maybe we can discuss this one today then. I just like I said, I just kind of looking through it and wanted to make sure there was stuff that if we weren't gonna be addressing them, we'll get and clean it up a little bit. All right, you want to go ahead and get started, Mario?
Yep. Okay, while I was following some comments in pull requests, there are some pending definitions there. Meanwhile, I took the story for create partner for Cloud Printer Passbook. I did some code, and now in testing those changes, it seems to be working. So I will continue with this task. And after resolve that, I will continue with another one, and fixing comments as they were answered as well. One of them is Dan's comment for downsample stuff. He mentioned that we can use ABC PDF reduce size operation mechanism for doing these tasks. I was doing a prototype for comparing the numbers, and it seems that could be a good option to do this, to resolve this story. I will put as a comment the results, the numbers compared with the previous version and with the new version, just for help to take a better decision on this. That's pretty much my status.
Okay, well, not so much for me. Pull request reviews and more of that. Nothing else. I don't remember anything that needs special attention right now. So yeah, moving forward with that.
So the next thing, are you gonna start on your phase 2 of vending? Is that kind of your next on your horizon, or you gotta wait? We gotta get your first one released into code, and then
I think so.
Then you look at it. Okay.
Yeah, I would like the first one to be reviewed by someone, and then maybe deploy in stage and have press operators do their work through stage, just to make sure nothing got broken from regular press planning stuff. I think that's the first step.
Okay. But we'll just wait until that makes it to a release then, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
I have it on my list to review today, so I should be able to go through it. I finished up the Printify stuff as well. Well, finished up. I got all their tests to pass. I'm still antagonizing the build of it. Just seems like overkill kind of to me, but going through that before I put it in for review. Rainus asked if now all the tests are passing, if we can put in the production credentials, which I think is weird. Also, I put in the production credentials. I put them in as our dev, so I don't know exactly what the next step is there. It seems like they want the production credentials in there, so that will unlock it, so their team can start putting in the product. It sounds like you said.
Well, I think we need to read +1 back that we don't turn on the production credentials until we've done our tests with the product.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like I said, I'm a little confused because I did put the production credentials in their system. I just linked it to our dev site, and I don't know why they wouldn't know, or
yeah, why they'd care.
Yeah, why they'd care. So yeah, I think
I guess we just need to reply back. Yep.
and just be like, that's not really our process.
Yeah.
So, because there's still, I mean, the file processing stuff is still under review, so it's not gonna work.
Yep.
And then Chuck's stuff is still under review, I think, unless he finished up the stuff. But so I was going to review that piece as well for Mario, the file processing stuff. I think going over with Sebastian. Oh, also Sebastian, I heard back from him about the changes that we suggested, and he said that shouldn't be a problem to just do the cover as Guts 001, and then
Okay.
like I looked through all of our calendar products, and the only calendar product I could find that didn't follow that was Zazzle. And so I figured since everybody else I found followed that pattern, that was a good pattern to get them started on. That was for you, Ryan, because you wanted me to go through and double check to see if we had any code, and I couldn't find anything outside of Zazzle.
Okay. They're the only ones. That's interesting.
That I could find. Not saying I, didn't miss something, but I looked at all of our calendar products and an order if there was one. There are a lot of calendar products we have that have never had any orders.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not surprising.
So that was good news that it sounds like they're able to adjust to our. And then I said I also told them when they do the PDF aggregation that to just send in a Guts file in the same manner, so it should work either way. So I'm going over that today. Then I got a couple other things. Looks like Renee responded with some ideas for case making planning now that those changes went out. It is pretty hilarious. He said, I was reviewing it a little more and noticed that at the moment I can only assign jobs that are in ready. We literally just released that yesterday.
That was on Dan's feedback.
Yeah, exactly. I just think.
But why would you release something that's not ready? Is there?
And he has
He has a reason.
A reason. I just have to go through it and see if it makes any sense. Because he talks about something scanned into the area shield, which I don't know what that is.
So it's like this force field, and once
Yeah.
it enters into the field,
He said he
I
wants
don't
to
know.
continue with the operation and planning of jobs that are already physically in the area. Some jobs in on-desk, early, and AP Tream are already in the area.
so would
So,
they need
I
to
don't-
be? Maybe they're not scanned in there or something.
So Dan's big point was about cover. It seems like he was really focused in on the covers not being available, but I thought he said that he didn't want. So maybe we just need to clarify with him.
Yeah, I can take.
Well, or maybe did you understand something differently when you talked to him before? Or did you understand the same thing?
I thought the same thing. I thought
Okay.
that Ready was the only one that was worthy of being planned. Everything else was not because the covers weren't there.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll double check with him because now that I say that, I guess on deck the cover would be there, but the guts are somewhere else. And so maybe I just need to laser focus that check in. Ready was also just an easy one to go because I already calculated it.
Got it.
So I'll double check with him, but that's my initial take was that, but it's fine. So at least they're giving feedback and using it, so
Good.
that's nice. I also need to fix I might want to resurrect that Stell data one that we were going back and forth on, Sebastian, with changing it to batching. Just for the interim, because we're getting those emails a lot of it failing.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's worth, or maybe it is worth just seeing how long it would take to move it to batching. Maybe it's not as hard as or maybe it's not very difficult. So I was going to do a little research into that.
Okay. Dan mentioned issue that Claude brought in that process. and he wasn't really sure if that was an actual issue or not. So the completion check, compared with the press planning, right? Press planning completion check happens outside a loop, and for job planning happens inside a loop. And if something is not completed, then it throws an exception, breaking the loop, having the next workstation or whatever just not being able to finish. So Klaus found that while he was trying to do something else, and so maybe you want to revisit that as well while you are digging into moving that into batch processing. Right, so I will forward you this exactly the same message, so that you can double check.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Just in case, because I didn't know what was the reason why before, why was inside a loop. I know you based your changes on press planning, so.
Yeah, it should mirrored it pretty closely, so that might have just been an issue, mistake on my end. So yeah, if you forward that, that'd be great. I'll take a look at that.
I will.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much me for the day, unless something else crazy pops up. No, sorry, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Still working through things. We're putting the Nanogram story on pause. We're gonna actually ask them to make some changes on their end. So we'll see how that goes before we do any changes here. But at least I now know the whole process really well with what they're doing, so we can speak about that pretty consistent. So I've got a call. We're working on scheduling with them.
Awesome.
There's working on the another set of deploys, and I'm working on a change the royalty QA watermark to be a purple instead of gray based on feedback from Tara yesterday. So trying to get that out for today. I worked some time on creating a test batch. This was something that was an interesting experiment because we had Corrado needs some sample books, and we don't really have any sample books. So I asked Claude to replay a few selected orders that we have in live, and then I also had it watermark the originals with a production test do not ship message, so that they would be very clear that those are not to ship. And we're also using it as a way to test our royalty QA process so that it's very visible and highlighted. So it did a pretty good job. It made it go fairly quickly, and the orders are looking good. So that was helpful, and we're well on our way for doing that. Hopefully we can get that code out for the soft cover for the soft cover lay flats, so that that spine size can be inside the book, and that'll help them. So working on more pull requests. I've been going back through some old drafts, trying to figure out what we're going to do with some of them. I've abandoned a couple just because it's been so long. It's not something, if it's something that we are going to need to do, we're going to have to do it over anyway. There are a couple that I've left alone because I still feel like I need some direction on them before we abandon them. Particularly some of yours, Sebastian, about the layout, banner pages. There's a lot of those that I feel like we've been told one way, but we don't really have any real direction, and can't seem to get any direction to get them over the finish line.
Yeah, on my list there are two. There are stale. It's that one and the ship close.
It seems like we also have one of yours is the high-speed die-cut layout to shift the banner.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one you're talking about, or?
No, that's also in the list, but it doesn't even have a story related.
Yeah, got it.
So,
yeah. might just be abandoning that if they've figured out a way to deal with it now. Even if I brought it up to Tara, I don't think she'd know enough to say whether or not she wants it, and if things are working okay, then it's not an issue, but are we not going to find it until it's peak, and then we're going to be in the same situation again? So I need to find a way to do that, and I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but, so I've got to figure that one out too.
So what did it do?
It changed the way that the layout for the high-speed die cuts came out, so that, and I can't even remember. It was to put the banners, do something different with the banner pages.
Yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember. Yeah, we haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
But it will be Q4, like you said, when it
Right.
will be the problem if there is a problem.
So I have to figure out how to explain to her what was happening and what is happening and what we were trying to do to see if she still wants us to try to do it. That's what I have to figure out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Gross.
And I don't remember that much about it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
me neither, because it was
Been a while.
November.
Yeah, I mean, it was a while ago.
I don't even know. I mean, it seems like we've been trying to keep master pulled into it, so it feels like it's current. It's just whether or not the feature set is something we're still going to do. So, anyway, and then so that's it for me. I'm still trying to
Hey,
get it
Ryan.
all the way out today. Yes.
Yeah, talking about the deploy, so we need to deploy the Hamfire Redis storage
Yep.
into
Yeah.
dev,
To dev.
and
We
I
had
found
some sort of a problem.
Yeah, because of the reversions.
Okay.
Dan's branches didn't have the reversions because that's not master,
Yep.
right? And now his changes that only apply a few lines.
Huh. Can we just
It's on top
revert?
of the
Can we just?
reversion. So
Did you
yeah.
merge his branch in, or did you revert the revert?
no. I just tried to merge his branch into
Okay.
dev, and
Then-
the conflict resolution had no sense at all,
I
right?
see.
So, right, because the reversions are in the middle.
Yeah.
So
That's-
we need to rebase dev
Well,
before
let
the
me.
reverts, or just another.
Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look at it first before we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to do that right after this. So we can. So there's. Oh, and then because Printify has been being merged on dev. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll figure out which branches are on dev, and then I'll reset dev and then merge those back in. So we start over with a brand new dev. I think that's probably the best call.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can leave
okay.
my stuff out of it. If
Which
you need
stuff?
it, like the Printify.
The planning.
Planning,
Or the-
Printify, whatever makes it easier for you. I can get them in later.
Well,
I'm
I'll figure
not
out-
actively working on them. I guess.
Okay.
So.
Well, doesn't Printify need the API to have that in there for their tests,
I ran them all. I don't know if they're going to run them again.
or if they try to send a test order in?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to move until we have that conversation about credentials.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Well, I'll see what I can do, but yeah,
Yeah, I just whatever makes it easy for you. That's all I'm saying.
that sounds great.
I'm not too worried about. I can get it in and stuff. After we get this, because this is more important, I think.
Yeah. Great. Okay. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
I'll work on
Hey.
that next.
Ryan, I don't know that this is really valid or not. I just wanted to bring it up, something I thought about this morning. As far as like releases this week, I know you're working on one for today, and I assume you're probably going to try to do another release tomorrow because we normally do. My only question is that with the release that we're doing on Friday, would it make sense at all to not do one tomorrow and just make sure that everything is running well before we do that, or would that not really play into what you're doing?
No, I won't. play
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
And the one that we do on Friday is going to be very specific. It's not going to be any features. There are no features going out on Friday. It is just the maintenance
What's that one?
database. The one on Friday, we are going to be rolling out. I guess did you send out company email yet?
I did send it to the managers. I asked Charlie
Oh, I didn't
specifically if he wanted me to send it to everyone or he
Okay.
wanted the
Got it.
department heads to distribute it. So I did send it to the department heads.
All right.
They have it, and then they're supposed to talk to their thing. But yes, that has been
Okay.
out. Jamie has notified the partners yesterday, and she's going to notify them again today or tomorrow. I can't remember. Just give them a follow up. So everything is going. But I'm glad we're talking about this because Sebastian.
Yeah, when you
be
said
aware.
the company, I thought that Sebastian would have got the email, so that's why I was like, wait a second, I didn't understand. We are going to be taking the site down early mornings Friday for an extended period to do the final 2 date time offset tables on orders and order items.
Okay.
They're the big ones. So Friday is going to be a low shop day. Not a lot's going to be going on Friday. They need to have it ready by 8. So we're 8 o'clock our time. So we're going to be starting at 5 a.m. our time to get that running. The tests when it runs on Dan's machine have taken between 30 and 45 minutes. Typically, it's about twice that when we run it against live. So we're going to try to do them both at once instead of taking it down for an hour and a half one day and down for another hour and a half another day. We're going to just do them both, and we're going to hopefully hope that they go a little faster than what we anticipate. So that is the plan, and then we will be all converted to date time offsets. There is an interesting PR that Dan has put together to fix the problems that we were having with the grouping on a date, on the like grouping on an hour or grouping on parts of the dates with the date time offset that was failing. So we had so Claude said we should do it this way. We did it that way, and this is one of those cases where that did work, but it's not ideal. And so Dan worked to try to figure out a better way to do it, and finally got one. And it was one that Claude could not come up with, so he was rather surprised that that was the case. So, still yay for brain power and figuring things out without machine learning. still, we still have a leg up on the machines. So that PR, if you're interested, is in, and maybe if you're interested, go take a look at it because it's kind of interesting the way that it's inserting something into the framework.
Are you talking about the date time offset PRs?
No, this is
Oh.
a separate PR, but it's to work. It's to make our site more resilient against those. We have some queries that failed once we switched them over to date time offsets, and this will make it so we don't have to make the changes. Anyway, I can't find it off. There it is. So it's set to go today. It's completed. It's going to rewrite the wall clock date parts on date time offset migrated columns to add time zone. That's the one.
Okay.
It's doing.
But I believe that after the human custom code, Claude said, "Oh, that's a great idea."
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, you should definitely do it that way.
Yeah.
As would I. As
Yeah,
I said the
yeah.
same thing. Like, oh yeah, that works great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that next.
Yeah, that was my next suggestion.
Okay, I have a couple of questions for that deploy on Friday. Ryan, is there any support you need from any of us? Do you want me to ask Sebastian in front of your face and in front of his face if he wants to shift hours or anything?
No.
Will that help at all? Or
No, it won't really. As we talked about, the only potential downside is some sort of a data corruption, and then Dan's going to need to help with that, and he's going to be available, so we'll be fine with the two of us.
okay, if you need anything, just let me know or let us
Yeah.
know, and we'll. Obviously we'll be hopefully not dealing with anything, but
Yeah,
most
I will
likely
probably.
we'll see.
I will try to keep I'll start a thread on Dev just to keep everybody updated on where we are, so that you can have information in case you get asked questions, but
Okay.
I don't know that, I'm not sure how many people are gonna even see it until it's done, so
Yeah.
that's the hope.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know.
Okay.
Rebecca, if you want to bring up the stand-up list. A couple things. Chuck is off today, and he'll be remote tomorrow. His wife had to have surgery, and
Oh,
he's just kind of helping out with. Today's the surgery, but he just wanted to be home with her tomorrow,
yeah, sure.
which I think we can all understand. So he's gonna. But he said the biggest reason I bring that up, well, this one of the reasons is that he pushed out all that DHL stuff yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal, and he goes, but I know nobody else has seen it, so if something
What does it
comes
mean,
up with
push
that,
out?
he just
Just
switched a bunch
upgrade.
of
A bunch of changes? Okay.
yeah, I just switched a bunch of methods
the-
over to DHL.
I
We are trying to. We have to do like a certain amount of volume with DHL every month. It's like 5,000 shipments each month, and then if we do
Oh.
that, then it benefits us during peak season that we'll be prioritized. Or
Got it.
I can't remember what it is. So he's been working with Jamie's been working with partners on who is okay with us making what's
Got it.
what thing. So anyways, my only thing is that he made that live last night or yesterday afternoon, and he felt really bad because then he's like, now I'm not going to be here. And I'm like, well, that stuff happens, but just be aware of that. He did say if anything comes up, we can call him. Obviously we'll try to avoid that, but if something comes
Yeah.
up, then we may have to at least find out where he made his changes so we can look at it. So just be aware of that. And then let's just go through this. I just had a couple of quick questions. I was just looking at this and I want to make sure that we're up to date. We had a couple of these things on hold. Ryan, on 11/2/37, the build a page for staging pick list. Wasn't this what we did for the shelving when we originally had talked to Isaac? Was that what this story was? Do you remember?
Yep, that's the one.
And is this still relevant with the other stories you've built for the shipping stuff, or
Well,
does it just depend
all-
on we need to
It
figure
just depends
out?
on what, yeah, because it's in contradiction to the document we got from Tara.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go down and talk to Isaac right after this,
Okay.
and because we have that meeting with Tara, and I want to be able to find out what his thoughts were before we met. So I'll go and make a point on talking to him about that, see what that's going on. And then we were talking about the replacement envelopes, 11/199. What were you saying about this, Rebecca, a few minutes ago? Is this still something we want to do, or should we kill it, or?
Would help if I unmuted myself.
Oh.
I found this ticket, and it looks like Ryan had been in communication with Mari, and I'm wondering if we should just delete the story, like if it's not needed. About a
Yeah.
month ago.
Yeah.
Does this ring a bell, Ryan?
Yeah, and we were waiting. Yeah, I mean, I saw nothing that was going to stop any of those from working.
Oh,
So-
awesome.
But I just asked him to do some live tests, and since we haven't heard from him in a month or two, it looks like month. Then yeah, we're good. I think we just
Let's
Okay.
kill it. Okay.
Awesome.
And then,
Oh
Um,
man! First Dolly
Yeah.
Parton, now Tim Curry.
Yeah. I used to say,
Oh, Tim Curry died today.
I used to say
I
it's
like
not a
Tim
good
Curry.
week for Rebecca.
Sorry, a little
Too bad.
distracting.
Oh.
he was so funny. Anyways,
Secret? Me too.
I'm gonna watch Clue tonight.
As you should.
okay, so let's bring up, so that bottom one that Chuck put in, I just asked him, so kind of where the DHL did is he went and he did I just give you guys a quick update. He did a update like the majority, but then he was running into a couple of partners that had some custom code that was fighting it. A customer named Cluster, I think, was one of them, and there was a couple of other ones. And so I talked to Jamie and I was like, okay, how much time do you want us to spend on cleaning up these custom ones? Because, how close is that? Because really the 5,000 number is really what they're trying to get to. And so she was like, well, I don't want to spend too much. I just told Chuck that as long as since he's going to be working remote on Thursday, just to knock out as many as he can. So we don't need to worry about this. He's going to take care of that one.
You want me to just put it in the sprint and put his name on it?
Yeah, that would be great. And then the next one, Tara sent over yesterday. I'm hoping that Ryan and or Sebastian know a little bit more about this. It looked a little daunting to me, and I don't think I've had this conversation, but maybe somebody else has.
Again? Standard?
I have this for chipboard. I printed it out if you want a copy of it, Ryan.
That was quoting, developing, and adding to product spine board. All spine board to 0.079 rather than 0.098. Okay? 270 only accommodates 0.079. All case makers, that's spec. So let's check to make sure we don't have any order items set up that are active, configured to go 0.098. Do we need to
I'm sure we do.
not allow a product to be activated if it's, I feel like if we activate an old product that was on 0.098, then
It's to,
we should be warned, so.
Yeah, we need to have
a
a
historian
check.
for that. Yeah,
Okay?
so let's make sure that all products, that are 0.098 are deactive, and we'll get a story in there to only allow a 0.079 if you're activating a product.
so don't we need to, on the active ones, don't we need to
Oh,
switch them to
well, hold on, hold on, hold on.
0.079?
Sorry, hold on. If the book calls for 0.098 board, we'll continue using 0.098 board for the front and back covers, but the spine will be 0.079.
Yeah. Do we actually do that?
I don't think we care.
Yeah, I
All
don't think there's
development
anywhere that
spine
calls for
callouts.
that, right?
Oh, we probably do. We need to look. Okay, all right. So if we have a 0.098 board, I think we are telling on the work order we're saying you need a 0.098 board thickness. We're giving a material list, and we're probably saying the front, the cover, and the spine all need to be 0.098. So she's saying that well after this. So scratch that. We're not going to do it. We're just going to make the batch stuff of it. Whenever we're showing a spine size or spine board, that's always 0.079 and not the 0.098 on the board thickness.
And we'd have to do that also here, or no?
No,
It
we
wouldn't
can
need
leave
to
that
be on
alone.
the UI because it would just automatically do the
It's always going
0.079.
to do. Yeah, it's
Okay.
always. We need to change the work orders for 0.098 boards. We need to show a difference. We're going to leave that alone. So scratch everything I just said. We're not going to do any of the verify and change. All we're going to do is just change the work orders so that spines are always listed as a 0.079 board thickness, not a 0.098. Now let's go back to the email so I can finish reading.
On the spine size only.
Really,
On the spine only.
really quick question though, but going forward, we want the front and back cover to also be 0.079, right?
That's not what she says. That's why
Oh, I thought that was what she said. Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go back to
Oh, let me go to the email. Yeah, I'm reading where
I thought
did
she was
this
just
go?
saying if they're already set up there to leave them alone, but going
Yes.
forward, make everything.
Yes. So here, she says moving forward, if the book calls
The book
for,
calls for 0.098. We'll continue to use 0.098 for the front and the back, but the spine will be 0.079. If a book calls for 0.079, the front, back, and spine will be 0.079. Yes. All development spine callouts will be changed to 0.079. Yes.
Yeah. So, and what I think,
All spine material will be now cut from 0.079 board. But she's saying nothing about changing the thickness of
You're
the front
right.
and the back.
yeah,
covers.
but going forward, isn't she meaning that she also wants new products to use .079.
She's only
I don't
talking
think so.
about spine
It's
board.
only the
she
spine.
only
Huh.
references
It's all
Okay.
about spine board, that big bold spine board. You're
Okay.
standing on
'Cause that's
spine
what
board
the-
for .079, not all board thicknesses.
Okay. So
Thank
in the notes, and so the actual actionable work that needs to be done is just change the work orders to reflect the .079 for all spines.
And we need to verify, I'm pretty sure we got it all. Sebastian and I worked through this pretty thoroughly to make sure that we got everything to 7.5, and then the next standard would be 10 millimeters. And I don't know, so do we need to validate product? I don't think we need to do any more work on the product request to make sure that that's specified. We've already done it. I think we just, I don't know. I don't want to go through a whole lot of code to change something that's not necessary to do. And right now, I think that what we've done is good enough for the 7.5, 10 millimeter, that if we run into one, then they tell us and we fix it and we educate. But unless it becomes a real problem, I think we just leave that alone.
Okay, so we'll just address the work order for now.
Yes.
Okay. And this is, we need to put this in the current iteration and get this done, because I mean, this is, if we don't do it and they go live, then this is going to be a problem. So we need to probably do this right away. So I don't know if somebody has pretty good familiarity with this that could just knock this out. What kind of a story point size are we thinking this would be to change those work orders?
Depends on what, we've got to look at it and see what it looks like, because we might have to do a redesign. I don't know.
Yeah, normally for photobook settings we're moving into having multiple dimensions settings, like we did for overhand and some others. So don't we want a separate field for spine board instead of a hard-coded 79 in the code? And a massive update or whatever. I'm totally fine with both, but I need to ask the question.
Sure.
So your question is to create like some kind of a box that's pulling that?
Yeah, so we could create another field on our photobook settings that is the spine
Board thickness?
spine board thickness, because board thickness is for the, and then we'd have .079 be all those.
Yeah, we have more code power now. Maybe it's not a big deal, but the review will be harder. I don't know.
Oh yeah, my gut. I feel like this is something we do as a hard code it, and then we
A follow-up story.
follow up story if we need to. But I don't know. I see your point.
Mhm. Yeah, that's also a good plan, right? It's what we normally do when we're in
Let's
a
just
hurry.
define a constant. Let's just define a constant for now, and if we end up needing to make it a variable, we will.
Yeah.
Sebastian, is that something you could take a look at today and see if you could knock
Yeah,
it
sure.
out? Or okay. What do you think on story point size on this?
Yeah, I would say I don't know exactly how that query works right now, but yeah, something between small and medium.
Let's put a medium on it and
Tiny.
assign it to
And reach
Hopefully-
out to me when you're looking at the paperwork, when you've got a draft that we can, or if you've got,
Okay,
if you
good.
run into anything, let me know.
Yeah, I can right now foresee like a grid with some blanks, because we will have two
Right.
rows for each spine board size, right? Sorry, board size, and then the cover one will fill cells, and the spine size will
Fill
cells.
other ones. I think
Right.
I think that makes sense, at least for a start. Let's just do that, but let's take a look and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What is next? Did we get anywhere with that tree ring bug?
What tree ring bug?
The one you had put this in, tree ring
Oh, that
additional
one.
shipping label.
It's not it's a weird thing that Claude found, and it's pre-existing. We probably should look into it, but we need.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to dig into it a little bit and see if it's really.
Okay. Well, let's put it in the on deck, and we got to get to that list, Rebecca. But let's take it out of stand up because it doesn't sound like. it needs
This
to
will be
there.
something that we probably need to resolve before Q2 of next year, but it's not something before Q4 this year.
Okay.
You're still muted.
Or just do a Q1, or because we don't. Yeah.
Or just a Q.
It's just to hurry.
Sometime.
It's already
Just do
20,
Q1. Don't put a
27.
year. No, just leave. No, don't. Just put Q1. It's always There we go. Don't put a year in there because we don't need to have a full list of all the tags. With
Yeah,
the
that's
tags
true.
we don't need anymore. It's just a Q1. We'll look at the Q1s in Q1.
Okay.
That's good.
Right. What's the next one? SKU changes for Lulu.
Oh, this was something that we could do.
Yeah.
You said, Sebastian, we could do now.
Yep.
But it's not
Yeah,
needed
so-
until Q1, right?
Correct.
Talked about
Well,
how
before.
Nicolas doing this.
Pretty simple.
Do
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes.
Well, if it's pretty simple, so are you thinking that this is like a small or an excess or
I
something?
think this is a simple code change, but since it's all fresh in our mind, it's going to be way easier to knock it out now rather
Yeah,
than
that's
trying to
what-
resurrect
that's
it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, if this is like a small excess or small-ish, like, let's put it in now. That's just
But like,
because what's gonna happen is
said,
How do you spell Nicholas?
Nicholas.
And I.
oh yeah, okay, great, perfect. Yeah, that's
Is
let
it
him do this.
OLAS?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, good point. Yep.
There's no hurry.
Remember yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was
And
trying to remember because I
I
was
don't leave a
building like
note, I won't remember. Cool.
You guys got a lot of severance brain going on.
Yeah, we do have that.
No. No. Mine's from having kids.
Now it's your alcohol problem.
I don't drink.
Oh, I thought you said don't have a problem, and I was so hoping that was what you were gonna say.
Oh, okay, Nanogram is on hold. And did we want to talk about this one, Chad?
I want to go and talk about that the very top one.
Oh, okay.
That's been there for a long time, and Scotty, everybody said this is something we want to do, so let's
Hey,
get
this
this
is-
one estimated.
Scotty said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scotty.
This is just on the billing templates. And we just need to remove the columns. And I have a Stack Overflow question that lists all of the billing templates that exist for easy lookup, because otherwise it's quite annoying to try and find where each one is.
You said you have a Stack Overflow for all the billing templates.
Yeah, for where all the billing templates are. Just because they don't exist for everybody, but they exist for some people, so it's kind of annoying. The guestbook one is actually in the normal location with all the other ones. That shouldn't be too bad, but I think those are just column removals on the billing templates.
Hey, is there any other questions, or is this something we could
I mean, it's just
estimate?
Yeah, it's just editing an Excel spreadsheet. It might make sense just to do it here because it's kind of slow for you guys, right? To open up
Yeah. it would be
files
really
on
slow.
the
Yeah, navigating folders.
Yeah.
Well,
everything. So
Yeah, this is something I can do quickly. It's not. It's extra small. I mean, it's not just one thing, so. But it's basically extra small. It's not a code thing or anything. Actually,
well,
Rebecca could do this.
I was wondering when somebody would realize that. You said it's an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, maybe Rebecca can't do this. Excel spreadsheets.
Have a stutter today. I can
You
put
know
my
why?
name. If you'll just
Yeah,
point
I
me
can show you where.
to it.
Yeah.
To it.
okay. If you want to work with Scotty and just knock that out, that would be good to, just been on the list for a long time.
Exactly. Ooh, it's a lot shorter.
Woohoo!
Okay, let's go back down to 11/3/24. This one, I don't know if we know what this, I mean, I guess the question is are they going to put a barcode on their
We talked
packaging,
about this.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
we
is the
did
one
talk
where we
about
were
it.
gonna even just print out a piece of paper with all the
Yeah.
barcodes, but they have to get us those barcodes. Or what the information is for those barcodes, right? Is that where we left off?
Well, I don't know that we determined for sure. I mean, ideally what Tara wanted, and I think Ryan brought this up too, is for them to put a barcode on their package so we can just scan the packaging, right? And not have to do a generic thing. And I
Yeah,
think
and I don't know, I still don't have, we don't know why they're asking for it, like, or are we just tracking the information so we can give it to them as a report later on? Or are they expecting us to change and send that as part of the shipping call so they can create the right label? What
yeah,
are
I
we
think
doing
that
with
they're,
information?
because do we already have the label by that? Because we print their label, right? They supply the
Yeah.
label. I mean, my guess is that they want this so that they can tighten up their shipping, and because if you send the
Right.
packaging, and so
Sure,
I guess
but how are we supposed to deliver it? That's the key that we're still waiting on. We were supposed to ask them to find out what
okay,
are we going to do with this information?
yeah, okay. Put a note in there and tag me on it, and I'll go talk to Chase because I think he was the one that was working on it and see.
Yeah, because I see this is for estimation only. I see you meant for our estimation, but we don't know what we're estimating because we don't know what
What we're doing, yeah.
we're doing. What are we doing?
Yeah. Okay. So I will find out what they're doing
Who
with the
asked for it?
information. Yeah. Chase is the one that brought it up,
Okay.
and
Yeah, we need to
I.
get more information from you.
So this is what I know so far is that Chase had brought it up. He asked me about it, and then he went and talked to Tara, and I think Tara told him, "No, we got to put the barcode on the packaging." And I believe that Zazzle agreed to do that.
Great.
And so, but I need to find that out, and then I need to find out that once we're scanning that, what do they want us to do with it, essentially,
And
right?
we also need to find out, are we going to be expected to require them to scan packaging?
Okay.
And so, yeah, are we going to be, or do we need to make a UI change to require it? And what do we do with it? Both those things.
Yeah. Are we requiring, and what do we do with the information once we capture it?
You said, are we requiring them to scan?
To scan the
The
package.
barcode?
Requiring the packagers to scan the barcode on the packaging.
And then what do we do with the data once we capture it?
Because if we're not required, and all we're doing is we're outputting that data once a month as a query, there's nothing that needs to be done. We're already able to do that.
But if they need it sent before they create the label,
Then we have to make an adjustment, and we need to get the spec on where do we send it in their payload, and how are we going to send it to them, and then we need to do all of that work.
yeah.
Still not major, but it's
But we just need to know what it is so we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Unless-
thank you.
Unless they say, oh, well, first you're going to have to call this to tell us you're going to use it, and then you can call this to get the packaging. Or, I mean, who knows what the client's going to come
Yeah.
up with. So I hesitate to say it's simple, but I
Yeah.
can see how it could be simple,
That'd be lovely.
But,
but
okay. All right. Okay, I think that we're about an hour now. I think I'm good unless anybody else has something that they want to discuss today before we get out of here.
Okay,
Okay.
there are two things. We've discussed these, but I've noticed that they're sitting in the sprint. And I know it's because everyone is super busy with, everything else that you're doing. But just for...
put it up on the priority list.
Okay, just put it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so for
If
the
it's urgent, you just got to manage those priorities.
snail mail and the Wonderably at magnifying strips view.
So have
And
we,
So
We
if this is
discussed
in
that
order,
too.
we're not doing a very good job of picking from the top, it looks like.
Mhm.
Which we're doing all the ones at the bottom.
The top
Yeah.
ones are real hard, and we don't want to do those.
So there's that sprint is really loaded.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
There's a
That's
lot
also
in
what
there.
I've noticed.
so,
Yeah, it's hard. And Wonderably, where did you go?
you're on an old thing too, because I just added a new sprint and I
Oh, yeah.
moved all this stuff.
Okay, that's
so,
good.
So go
You're on
to,
23. You're on 17. We need to go to 18.
yeah, you need to go to 18.
Refresh your page.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you just got old data.
There we
Type
go.
18. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay, so
Are they
Oh, that
just
looks good.
not?
We're picking up the yeah.
Okay.
We just need to make sure we pick up. Yeah. So the next one on the order is skip weight check on non-Alexander's orders. So we just need to get that. If
The
the
priority.
things that are higher priority need to be up at the top.
yeah.
Otherwise, they're just going to get picked up as you're going.
Hey, maybe Rebecca, we can spend a few minutes today and
Yeah.
go through this and reorganize it. So we'll do that, and then after we do that, as a reminder, try to take the if you're looking for a story, try to take it at the top of this list. And but I admit that I haven't kept it prioritized up to date, so I understand, but I'm going to try to do better on that. Okay.
Awesome.
So move those, drag those two up. You did already?
Yep, they're right there.
All right. So, do we need to estimate that snail mail one? It looks like we did do the Wonderably one. And so this is just, we need to, yeah, so when we talk to Tara, this is the one that she wants us to just use white glove on it, right?
Mhm.
So I guess my question is all this is just a process map? Is it just to add that white glove at the end as a finishing
the
step, or?
Finishing step isn't on the process map, right, Brian? I've never.
It's the what? The finishing step?
Yeah.
Because she wants this to be marked. Remember, she said she just wants to use white glove for everybody, not just whenever they wanted
Yep.
to do a stamp. And so the question is what do we have to do to add that white glove finishing step?
We're going to need to look into it and see. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So that's
I think it might just be, yeah, I don't think we have code that's looking for that method and then putting finishing on that order item. So,
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
something you might have to build,
however,
right?
if this particular product is always white glove, then you can put the white glove on the finishing for the product, and then it should just work.
Is that something I can do?
Yeah, just go to the product for, and there should be a finishing cell, I think. Honestly, we don't do it very often because we don't
Yeah, I've
use
never-
finishing, but I think that's where we put corner rounding, so I think it exists. just go to product detail, and yeah, finishing top right corner. Yeah, so if this is obviously not the one, this is SmartPress, but if you're looking at the product and snail mail, every single one of their orders is going to be white glove, then you can just put the white glove on the finishing.
But didn't they mean an actual process map step?
Then we need to change the process map for that product to be the fulfillment process. But I would go look at
Basic invite. and-
Basic Invite's card product and see what process map they use.
Yeah, I think
It
they just
probably
use a
calls for-
generic. Because it's not, as far as I remember, it's not on their process map. It's just on the banner page where it says finishing step, white glove. Maybe I'm getting
Well, that's
confused.
all it would do. We don't have a white glove step.
On the process maps. Unless we created a new process map and added that.
But
that wouldn't
there
make
isn't
sense.
going to be a white glove. There's not going to be a white glove step on the
Process
That's-
map.
right.
It's
All
just
that
on
is
the card.
is the assembly. So
And we don't want to do anything
Yeah.
different than what Basic Invite. She wants it just to be the same as what Basic Invite is. So I
Did
don't
you
know that
find
we
it,
want
Brian?
to.
yeah, there's an auto card assembly routing step. So it's in their process map. So,
Okay.
but what I would do is if you have questions, just go look up a Basic Invite order item with that's a white glove, and then look at the batch and see what the steps are for that batch. And then look at the process map, and we would just mimic that.
Duplicate it, yeah.
And then test it on dev and see if it works. And if it does, then we're good. Otherwise, you'll have to have a developer look into it and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So those are two paths, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's not something that you can just do and know. You're gonna have to do and try and
Oh yeah.
configuring on dev and tests, and so you might just need somebody to help with that anyway. But if you want to try it, go for it.
No, I could do that.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Me too.
Scotty, don't say anything.
I'm
You was naughty.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yay.
All right. Okay. Well, I think was that everything, Rebecca? Did you have anything?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right. Well, let's go to there, and then tomorrow I might want a couple of you to stay on after, and I just wanted to go over kind of the plan for Nicholas next week. So Ryan and Sebastian and maybe Scotty, if you could stay on tomorrow afterwards, and let's talk about that. The things I want to just make sure is what things we need to get set up, like what tools, Slack. I guess Paul will probably do email, but if there's DevOps or any other dev tools that we need to get them set up. And
But
then,
it's gotta start with an Outlook user, so it would have. Yeah, but
okay, so I'll talk to Paul about getting that set up then, and then if there's any other stories, I have the one that I put on there. If there's any other stories that we might want to push his way, like if you guys can think about that a little bit, we'll just maybe talk about it for 10 minutes tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.